Hi everyone. So if you remember the previous trellising video of this Hoya carrier, the hard Hoya, the vines were very long. The longest was over 6 feet, and I had to manage it all through this makeshift trellis which I've made from bamboo, and I took it all the way up, and it has now quite settled and the leaves are facing upwards. But along the way I managed to break several stems, which I then left it be. Right, if I show you where, this is one, right? You can see the break over here that has healed, and there was another onto this side here, right? So this was too high for me to inspect from the top, and I usually would not disturb a plant until it settles and shows me new growth, because even a trellising can stress a plant a bit if the roots are disturbed when maneuvering vines or inserting the trellising bamboo items into the media, right? But none of that matters for an established Hoya, so therefore I thought everything will be fine. But one of the most fullest pieces of vines have broken. I mean, it definitely broke, I know, but I thought it will heal itself. One day when I was not inspecting anything particularly, I just went around this and I saw the bottom of the leaves of the same vine has wrinkled, which means there's dehydration going on. Upon inspection, I quickly knew it was the vine that I broke, and what I did was, for another 2 days I just left it be and I watered, right? Then afterwards, when I was horsing everything down, a piece of moss fell from the Phalaenopsis. So what I did was, I was having it in my hand and I was walking around, and I thought I should just place this on this and tie it up. What I did was air layering. Air layering is where you root branches and make separate plants without using a kind of special instrument or rooting hormone. For this, in Sri Lanka, we use cocoa peat, cocoa husk or moss. So what I have used on this is the bird's nest fern rooting part of it, the root part of it. It's a huge chunk of a root which is kind of mossy, so I can take the extra parts, I can cut away and use them on my Hoyas and orchids. So here, this is just kept onto the breaking point and wrapped around with a piece of wire. That's all. Right, from there onwards, what I did was, I just kept watering as usual, but you know, the moss would absorb a lot of water, and this will receive more water than the other parts of the aerial roots, and my Hoya is very, dense, and there are so many aerial roots, so therefore I knew this would definitely work. Normally people would use a polythene sheet around this, right, in a normal branch air layering, but I did not, right? I just left it because Hoyas are epiphytes and I needed air movement. Can you see the progress? It rooted fine. This actually started showing me roots within a week, right? I did not spray anything on this because I kept forgetting. I only remember to water this because I am hosing all the way down. Sometimes the fertilizer spray bottle I used on this, but none of it was intentional, just passing along the vine as I normally do. Okay. Now if I want to, I can just cut it from down here and make it a separate plant, but since my specimen is very big, I do not need another. Therefore, I'm not gonna do anything about it, right? What I'm gonna do is to see if I can remove the piece of moss on a later stage to make it look more normal in its appearance hereafter, right? Because I know the rooting worked, the air layering worked, so therefore I do not need to worry about the life of the piece of this vine, because all of those dehydration signs are gone now because of the roots. So the already existing aerial roots helped me into completing this task without a hitch. However, even without aerial roots, you can do this. You just have to find the proper node that you want to root or propagate and go for it. Whatever the media you use has to be fresh and not degrading or breaking down, so you'll be fine. That's all it has to do. I'll just show you from the angles. There are two clear roots jutting out. And it's doing fine. That's how I air layer my Hoyas or aeroids and some vandas if I need to. You can try this out and let me know if it worked. You can try this out without having to chop plants apart. When you have new branches which are doing good, but when the plant is not doing too well in the root front, and even on a very healthy Hoya, you can try this out to see if it works for you. For this, you can use the long strands of AAA sphagnum moss, which the long strands you can wrap around this. But I do not advise you to cover the whole thing with a polythene, because again, Hoyas need to grow freely with ample amounts of air movement, like an epiphyte. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.